What's up, baby?
All right, welcome back to the show, everyone, and good afternoon to you guys. It's about 108 degrees out here. How about you? Anyone got a worse number than that out there? All right, well, it's hot as hell, which is why I'm here, pumping out some extra content and hitting some more of your request, which is something I want to take advantage of this summer, because there's always more requests than I have time for or enough video slots in order to do. So now I can start chopping away at that ridiculous list. And if you guys knew how big that list was, y'all might crap yourself. Anyways, guys, this one sounds like a fun one. This is a little bit of an older video from Mike Corzamba, but it kind of came naturally in a conversation that I was having in the comments. And this one's titled The 12 Most Ridiculous Calls in NBA History. Actually, I remember now. This was prompted by the ridiculous Joey Crawford, Tim Duncan situation where he got kicked out. If you guys didn't watch that one, it was the After Dark episode recently where Tim Duncan gets thrown out of a game literally for just being on the bench and laughing. It was the craziest thing. So yeah, that's what sparked this one. Anyways, you guys, let's get to this. I'm gonna link Mike Corzamba's video down below. Damn, man, 1.83 million subscribers. He's an OG around here, though. He's been doing this game a long time. So I'm gonna link this video down below in the description if you want to check out his channel. I do highly recommend it, actually. And also, you're going to see a list of channel members. Shout out to each and every one of you. I appreciate you guys, and I'm enjoying the conversations we're having on the daily. And anything else? Nah, man, let's enjoy this. Like the vid if you haven't done it. It'll help out a lot. And here we go.
What's up, guys? Mike here.
What
and
up?
Today we are looking at the 12 most absurd calls in NBA history. Now, you know, we all give the NBA crap from time to time because sometimes the officiating in games is just a little questionable. Just a little. And sometimes the refs do make several horrible calls in a row and potentially decide playoff series. Cough Kings Lakers, cough Heat Mavericks, cough Bucks Sixers. Was that discreet enough? But yeah, so this isn't a conspiracy video. We're just looking at the 12 worst calls of all time. These are
Okay, real quick. I've got one of these, not an NBA branded one, but I got one of these in my kitchen, and I got tile in my kitchen. So shoot hoops with my dog on a regular. And two, just want to let you know this video is 8 years old. Okay, so anything that happened over the last 8 years, don't be mad. It's not going to be here.
They're horrible. Trust me, you're in for a treat here. So let's just jump into the video. Number 12. I guess somebody fouled him. You can see that at the time, real life was actually pixelated.
Yeah.
Not like the high definition world we're living in today.
Yeah, it was.
And we see Keon Doolin get the ball, spin, and then draws a shooting foul from his own teammate. He literally just spins and runs.
Oh, yeah.
Right into Marcin Gortat, who just puts his hands up like, I didn't touch him, ref. And somehow that confuses everyone. And the Pistons are called for the foul. I really think it was Marcin selling this. Refs are so used to just calling fouls on anyone who just goes, no, it wasn't me. So they just blew their whistle on instinct. Number 11,
crazy.
The shortest three-pointer in NBA history. Okay, so we don't have to say that much about this one. Just watch as Damian Lillard spots up like 5 feet inside the three-point line. He drains the shot, and the referee somehow calls this a 3. Look at where he's standing. He can clearly see the play, and yet he's just
possible.
like, close enough. And they didn't even review this, so that actually counted as a 3. Insane.
How does this is modern times too.
10. Are you kidding me? Here we are, Raptors down 6, 25 seconds left. Kyle Lowry spots up for a 3, bangs it, looks like he gets fouled, and they call an offensive foul on this?
Wait,
how?
what?
So yeah, watch, his leg does kick out like the
Oh. He did kick under.
slightest bit. But that
I might eat my words in a second, but just by watching that is an offensive foul. Like you really can injure somebody by kicking their feet out.
Slightest bit. But that just looks like that's
all right, let me play it through. I don't know, I might be wrong about this.
It's his natural shooting motion. I mean, he's catching it. spotting up, fading away, and yet they call an offensive foul and then call a technical foul on Lowry, and he's out of the game.
Whoa.
So instead of being down 3, and he should have had a free throw because that was an N1-3, the ref just goes, nah, Raptors, the Kings have had enough struggles in their life. We need to give DeMarcus Cousins something, some kind of break. So get out of here, Kyle Lowry, which is just so dumb. Like, the ref clearly made a bad call, and then he punishes Kyle Lowry by giving him a technical foul and throwing him out of the game.
Yeah, you know what? That should have been just a no call. I'm taking it back. I'm reversing it. That should have just been a no call.
And Lowry was just running away. It's not even like he was screaming or in the ref's face or saying anything. He just ran away in disgust. Number 9.
Wow.
That high five was violent. So we're in the first round of the playoffs. Reggie Evans goes up for a shot, gets fouled, and then somehow gets a technical. No one knows why. So let's just look at this. So after the play, Reggie Evans goes, yeah, Blake, high five, got fouled. Nope, technical foul. A little too hard on that high five.
What? What? He high-fived his own player.
A little too much bragging. Seriously, though, everyone's in disbelief, and they should be. He just got a tech for giving Blake a high five. Or maybe they just called the tech on that horrible headband to bald head to beard combo. I'm just not feeling it, Reggie. Gotta say, though, the clear winner of this video is this kid, who I guess is in disbelief about the call, but really just looks like he saw a naked girl for the first time.
Oh, snap. Creep.
Number 8, he
Creep
started
alert.
it. So moving on with ridiculous technical foul calls, we have Vince Carter walk up to Mo Peterson and just slap him in the face. Now you might be thinking at this point, yeah, Mike, that should be a technical foul. He just slapped the man in the face. Which I would
messing
understand.
around.
I mean, the two apparently are friends, and this was a friendly kind of thing, but he just slapped a grown man in the face. But let's just watch as Mo Peterson just goes, hits him back, just slightly hits him back, and he gets called for the technical foul. The ref just completely missed Vince go, slap the guy in the face, and he responds with, and gets called for the tech, then freaks out and gets thrown out of the game. You gotta love it. Let's just give a hand to the refs. Great control of the game here.
Wait, were they friends, or was Vince Carter playing a strategy there? That's insane.
7, refs gone wild. So here we have the Timberwolves and the Spurs, and Richard Jefferson drives to the basket and gets fouled by Darko. I mean, he slid right in front of him. This was a foul. I don't know why Darko gets so angry, but yeah, he's mad. Which plants the seeds for this. Corey Brewer reaches in on Manu, gets called for the foul, and then everyone just loses their temper. But it's not like anything's too crazy here. But referee Ken Mauer instantly calls a tech on Darko and a tech on Brewer. Again, Darko I could kind of understand here. He's been freaking out, but Corey barely did anything. During all of this, Kurt Rambis just freaks out. And so Ken Mauer responds by giving him 2 technicals in a row, ejecting him from the game and giving us 4 technical fouls in about 10 seconds worth of game time.
It didn't even look bad. Like, no one... The situation looked under control.
Continuing, we see that the Spurs miss a shot. Kevin Love goes up for the rebound. His arm gets hit. There's no call. And so then they yell again because apparently the Timberwolves have been getting screwed. I mean, that's been happening for about 100 years now. The basketball gods just clearly hate the Timberwolves. But yeah, Kevin Love gets called for a tech, which means in about 30 seconds of game time, 5 technical fouls are given out by Ken Mauer on the Timberwolves.
Dude.
5! At this point, everyone's freaking out. We see Michael Beasley just sarcastically clap. Actually, he might just be so high that he thinks his team's on offense and that all of this is a good thing. We never know with him. And Ken Mauer just calmly looks on, which is kind of no surprise because the man looks like he shouldn't be reffing NBA games. It looks like he's straight off the cast of Goodfellas. You know, guys, that is actually probably what happened here. Darko told Ken to,
go home and get your fucking shine box.
And that unleashed a fury in Ken Mauer. Okay, let's take a little break from the seriousness of these horrible calls and watch a little bonus clip.
Oh, yeehaw.
Saddle up, baby.
yeah, saddle up, Mo.
That was weird from me. But dude, get off of him. Why is he on it for so long? Number 6. This decided an NBA Finals. This is Game 6 of the NBA Finals between the Pistons and the Lakers. Okay. There are 27 seconds left. The Lakers are down 1. And here they go to Kareem and, yup, he gets called for a foul on a skyhook. And right away, that looked questionable. And as we see the replay, how do you call this a foul in the NBA Finals?
Ooh, that's a no call.
It's game 6. The Pistons are up 3-2, and they're up by 1. This call literally swung the finals. Kareem made both free throws. The Pistons went on to lose this game, and then they went on to lose the NBA Finals after losing game 7.
All right, yeah, I'm with you on that one, Mike. That was a good That was good defense.
If this call does not happen, the Pistons win one more NBA championship. Seriously, this is probably the worst call in NBA history. I mean, the other ones might be worse in terms of just like a worse call overall.
Yeah, but the impact
cost a team a ring. Come on. And Pat Riley even would later admit that this was a horrible call. So the coach of the Lakers was like, yeah, thanks NBA. You guys are the homies. He also asked Kareem what he was thinking at the foul line after the foul, and Kareem responded with, I like to get paid. I don't even know how that makes sense, but yeah, that's an insight on the mind of Kareem. Get that money, baby. Okay.
No. I actually have context on that. I like to get paid. That comes from Pat Riley. Pat Riley drills that in his players' heads. He did it all the way even in Miami. The players still talk about it. I like to get paid. You know, like that's what you're supposed to say in a big moment. You know, like a difficult, challenging moment. Be like, I like to get paid. Like that's supposed to keep you focused on like in the moment. I'm so glad I watched it. Honestly, I wouldn't have gotten this context if I watched this video when it first dropped 8 years ago, because I saw this. He was on a podcast with Haslam and Mike Miller, and they were all laughing about that. I like to get paid. I like to get paid. I reacted to that video too, a long time ago.
Hey guys, we are now at the portion of the video I like to call the reign of Joey Crawford. Yup, the man is an absolute menace. Let's watch.
Joey's the reason that sparked all this, so here we go.
Number 5, Draymond Green's inspiration. So we're starting off this reign with just a plain old bad call. We see third quarter winding down, and Russell Westbrook just rises up for a 3 and gets fouled by Chris Paul somehow. Let's watch this replay. Russ rises up and just kicks Chris Paul in the stomach. And Chris Paul gets called for the foul.
I mean, not only that, you're gonna injure yourself, Westbrook. Like, that foul baiting is way too far.
Seriously, if there's one NBA moment we can point at and say that's where Draymond Green went wrong, that's where he became a kicking menace, I think it's this one. He learned in this moment that if you kick players, you get rewarded. By the way, did you know that the Warriors blew a 3-1 lead in the finals? If you look at the comments, you probably did. Number 4, the worst foul call of all time. Pretty basic title for this segment on my part, but let's just watch this.
Suns against Portland. Channing Frye, still the Nash era. This is the end of the Nash era. Well, what's going on here? 2010
NBA playoffs. And we can see Steve Nash is over here, Marcus Camby is over here. Which is interesting because as Steve Nash makes a pass, there's a mysterious foul called on the floor, and somehow the call is made on Marcus Camby, who just cannot believe it.
Wait, what? Hold on. All right, Camby guarding Amari.
Is over here, which is interesting because as Steve Nash makes a pass, there's a mysterious foul called on the floor, and somehow the call is made on Marcus Camby, who just cannot believe it, obviously. Even if the intent on this call was that they were calling Marcus Camby for...
Is it because he's pushing through the screen?
Fighting through the screen, which would be a bad call in itself. Somehow Joe Crawford said that Camby...
He didn't go through it, though. He absorbed the contact and then went around it. This is against my Suns too, so I'm biased. Of course, I want the calls for the Suns, but this is just bad officiating.
Nash, who was casually
what are you supposed to do?
The ball at the top of the key. Nice job, Joe. Nice job. Number 3.
Damn.
Did you want the ball wrapped? Here we go. Suns again. We see that Steve Nash drives. Maybe he gets fouled by Matt Barnes. Maybe it's clean. I can't even really see from these angles. You gotta wonder.
Why is this so pixelated, guys? This was HD back then.
Does Joe Crawford have some kind of like secret crush on Steve Nash? Seems like Nash is getting a lot of calls here. I think Joe Crawford was just betting on Steve Nash to win the MVP.
I didn't get to really see it.
Steve Nash drives. Maybe he gets fouled by Matt Barnes. Maybe it's clean. I can't even really see from these angles. You gotta wonder, does Joe Crawford have some kind of like secret crush on Steve Nash? Seems like Nash is getting a lot of calls here.
It's hard to tell because if Matt Barnes like hit him in the forearm while swiping, then that's a foul. But I really can't tell you yes or no on that one.
Joe Crawford was just betting on Steve Nash to win the MVP every year. Conspiracy alert! But yeah, so Matt Barnes gets called for the foul, picks the ball up, and just...
Yeah, you didn't see what happened with the Suns against San Antonio, did you? Yeah, nope, the refs were not in our camp.
Hands it to Joe Crawford. Just hands it to him. And Joe Crawford's like, get that thing out of my face. Technical foul. Like, what? Next time, do you want him to get on his knees, pull out some wrapping paper, wrap it up, put a bow on it, and be like, here you go, sir. What do you want from him? The man just handed you the ball, and you give him a technical.
What's that?
Number 2.
I would more like now that I know a little more about Joey Crawford, it would be way more likely that he did that because he does not like Matt Barnes. Not because he likes Steve Nash, but because he just don't like Matt Barnes. Like I could totally see him doing that.
Was that a laugh? You're ejected.
Yeah. This is why we're here.
Mavericks, and I'm sure you guys.
This is what brought us here.
So Tim Duncan drives, gets called for a questionable offensive foul. I mean, it happens. Whatever. The insane thing is, on the other end, Jason Terry's taking a free throw. As we see Tim here, he's just like, I'm an NBA legend. This is ridiculous. I'm just gonna keep laughing and clapping because Joe Crawford is just out of his mind. And if that wasn't enough, there are reports that Joe Crawford was challenging Tim Duncan to fight him. Joe Crawford's like, what? 5'10", bald, old, fat, you name it. Tim Duncan's like 7 foot tall, laughing at him like, get your bald head out of my face. It's actually more like, get your bald head out of my face. Horrible impressions. I'm so bad. Here he is yelling at a ball boy, flipping out because he says the spot wasn't wiped enough, and then telling him to get out of here and calling in a replacement.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah, this is power trip central, man. Joey. Yeah, David Stern was right to send you to counseling.
Power trip at all times.
They don't work for you, Joey. They don't work for you. They work for the team.
People say things about Donald Trump, but if Joe Crawford ran the United States, we don't get ejected to North Korea for laughing at him on Twitter.
He would. No. The thing is, if he was the president of the United States, then like anybody in any other country who's not doing something that he likes, he'll be like, hey. Everyone would have to remind Joey, hey, you're not our president. Like we don't live in America. You're crazy, old man.
Joe Crawford takes things to the next level.
God.
Now, all of those calls have been on players, the ones that should be playing the game. But here, it's 2005, Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The Pistons are up by 3, and then, Joe Crawford just gets a little excited.
This call. Yeah, this is the worst call ever. This is so bad, guys. This is so bad.
Just takes out Damon Jones. Literally just shoves him to the ground and then calls a foul on Chauncey Billups, who's just standing there.
Yeah, I know the footage is blurry here. This is Joey Crawford. Yeah, he's the one who fouls him. And then he calls the foul on the nearest Piston.
Is this literally? You just see him crash into Damon Jones. Boom. I mean, I'm laughing, but this could have cost the Pistons the game in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Foul on you.
Detroit did go on to win this.
Foul on you, Chauncey.
Let's just watch a clip of JJ Redick here. Let's just watch as JJ puts all of our frustrations into actions and tosses the.
Wait, whoa. Hold up. This video is so good. Thank you for the request to watch this. This is so good.
JJ
all right, JJ Redick. All right, we're looking over here. Everyone. What's going to happen?
Frustrations into actions.
Bang!
And tosses the out of Joe Crawford.
Wait, did he get tripped? Wait a second.
Into actions.
All right,
and tosses the.
Is he? No. That wasn't Joey, right?
Out of Joe Crawford. It's like, Joe Crawford, get on the ground, son. JJ is a hero. If you didn't love JJ before,
that was Wade.
We all need to praise his name now. And before we wrap things up, let's just stick with Joe Crawford for one more second. Let's have.
Hey, you want to hear a line that didn't age well?
His name now.
Hold up.
Son, JJ is a hero. If you didn't love JJ before this, we all need to praise his name now.
That didn't age well, sir.
Before we wrap things up, let's just stick with Joe Crawford for one more second. Let's have a tribute to the man, the myth, the piece of Joe Crawford.
Oh my God.
The premise of officiating at any level is to get the plays right. If you're gonna do this, if you're gonna ref, you have to know the rules. You just can't go and pass your state test. You have to constantly stay on the rules. The preparation before a game is very important. Getting on the same page of what we're trying to accomplish that night. Officiating is just like anything else. You constantly are trying to look to improve.
Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video.
Did, man.
Really fun to make. You guys really seem to enjoy these, and I just love making them because the NBA is just full of ridiculous moments, man. So if you want to see anything else like this, comment down below suggestions, baby. Why did I use that voice?
Damn, man, you kind of ruined it, didn't you?
But yeah, if you're new, I'd love if you subscribed. This is a basketball channel. We're making basketball videos for maybe the rest of my life. We look at basketball history, we do basketball what ifs, we look at basketball conspiracies, we do lists like this. We just have a lot of fun here, guys. I promise if you sub, we're gonna have a whole lot more fun. And to everyone who supported me, thank you guys so much. 500K, it's insane. The support has just been unreal. Seriously, thank you so much. And as always, have an awesome day, my dudes, and
500K. Okay, so you quadrupled pretty much since then. Congratulations, sir. Now, that was a great video, and I feel you, man. Sometimes in the middle of reaction, I say something, it comes out of my mouth, I hear it, and I go, what the hell did I just say? Like, I don't edit the videos, you know what I mean? Like, I think a reaction should be like a pure reaction, so I don't go back and edit stuff. But, so yeah, if I say something dumb, I say something dumb, and it is what it is, and I gotta just keep rolling. But, yeah, it was funny to see him do that. He's like, why did I just say that? Anyways, no, that video was hilarious, you guys. Now I get why, especially why this was recommended to me, was, man, Joey Crawford took like half of the spotlight there because of all the crazy things he's done. I don't know, man. Some of those are just so wild. But now, like, after I'm glad I watched the Woo Hoops video first, because after getting that context, that, like, he knows now, like, he was out of control for a while there. Like, he needed that therapy, that counseling, and, you know, he knows he was on a power trip back then, and I'm glad he's woken up and he's realized it. It's only took him until he was like 60 years old or whatever, but at least, you know, better later than never, I guess. But yeah, this was just a great, funny video. The worst thing ever is still the Chauncey Billups thing. Like, I've never seen anything like that in a sport where the referee shoves the offensive player down on the ground and then calls a foul on a nearest defender. Like, who does that? like, how do you not? Like, that's how you know you're on a power trip. How do you not just go, I really screwed up there. Let's take the ball from out of bounds. It's an easy fix. You know, there was no shot taken. Nothing had happened on that play except for, you know, guy was on the wing. Big deal. You know, no shot taking place. You shoved him on the ground. That was a big boo-boo. Restart the play. Give him a fresh 24 seconds. Do whatever you got to do. Just don't put the foul on Chauncey Billups. Like, what are you doing, man? I didn't do it. He did it. It's like there's not 20 cameras in high definition covering every single angle of the game, Joey. What are you thinking, man? Oh, man. So, yeah, David Stern. Shout out to David Stern for putting that guy on notice, giving him warnings, and then eventually sending him to therapy. Oh, shit. All right, I'm out of here, you guys. Thanks for watching with me. Thanks for the request. And shout out to members. Like the vid if you haven't liked it yet. Dislike the video twice if you didn't like it. Subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this. And most importantly, don't be like Joey Crawford. He's the opposite of what I want you to be like. What I want you to be is be water, my friends.